Evan drove into Willow's Edge just as the sun dipped behind the tree line, leaving the sky bruised purple. The town looked peaceful on the surface, porches, mailboxes, tidy lawns, but the people standing outside ruined that illusion. They didn't chat, they didn't move, they just watched. Every porch displayed the same laminated flyer. Missing. Emily Harrow. Age 14, gone. 9 years. Evan rolled down his window and asked a man watering bushes, "Is there a motel around here?" The man smiled in a way that didn't match his eyes. "Of course, big day tomorrow." "What's happening tomorrow?" "The search." For some reason, the word made Evan shiver. The motel lights flickered, like they were struggling to stay alive. The receptionist greeted him with a smile, too wide to be comforting. "You came just in time for the search," she said. "I'm just here for work," Evan replied. Her smile fell instantly, like a curtain dropping. "We all join, no exceptions." Later, in his room, Evan noticed the farm across the road, vast, quiet, and too dark. A sign stood at its entrance. Harrow Family Farm, private property. Emily's last name. Evan stepped out to find nearly the whole town gathered with flashlights and maps. No laughter, no chatter, only grim purpose. The sheriff approached. "You'll be joining us today." "I didn't sign up," Evan replied. The sheriff placed a heavy hand on his shoulder. "Everyone joins." Evan noticed the search map on the table. Every inch of the woods was marked, except one. The farmland. Completely covered with thick, black marker. "Why not search there?" Evan asked. The sheriff stared blankly. "Family doesn't allow it." Everyone averted their eyes. The forest swallowed sound. Every few minutes, someone would call Emily into the trees, their voices shaky. The man beside Evan whispered, "We search until the next one comes." Evan frowned. "Next what?" The man didn't answer. He walked faster, merging with the others. Evan stopped. Something felt wrong. The map, the chanting, the way people kept glancing at him rather than the woods. He made a decision. He turned around and headed straight toward the forbidden farmland. The farm was cold and silent. Evan walked toward the barn, its doors half open. Inside, he froze. Stacks of missing posters covered the walls. Not of Emily, not of locals, strangers, travelers, outsiders, people who vanished the same week every year. Evan whispered, "This is impossible." A voice behind him answered softly, "No, it's how the town survives." He turned. Emily stood in the doorway. Pale, tired, almost ghost-like, but alive. "You weren't supposed to come here," she whispered. "They've already chosen you." Before Evan could ask anything, silhouettes pressed against the barn walls. The sheriff entered first, followed by dozens of townsfolk. "Don't blame us," the sheriff said calmly. "One outsider a year keeps Willow's Edge untouched. Emily maintains the story, so someone always comes." Emily whispered, "I tried to run once. They made me stay." Evan bolted from the barn. He sprinted into the endless cornfields, but the paths twisted unnaturally, looping him back. Footsteps closed in. "Evan Lewis," the sheriff called. "This year's missing person." Something heavy slammed into the back of Evan's head. Darkness. Evan woke tied on the Harrow porch. The sunrise painted the sky orange. The townspeople stood in a silent row. The sheriff hammered a fresh flyer to the railing. "Missing. Evan Lewis, age 27. Last seen. Today." Emily knelt beside him. "I'm sorry, but if the world forgets someone, the town chooses someone new." Evan tried to speak, but she hushed him gently. "Don't fight. It only makes it worse." The townspeople bowed their heads in quiet ritual. As Evan's consciousness faded, Emily walked back toward the barn, her dress glowing in the morning light. She looked back only once. Her eyes said everything. "You won't be the last.